let me show you my next slide. 30% of CO2 exhausts are the responsibility of the construction industry. And this is actually the bottom line. Modern analysis says it is averaging 40. So you can say 40% of CO2 comes from construction. So construction industry is very conservative, is very harmful for our environment. We have a lot of problems here, not even challenges, but problems, because the person puts himself and herself on top of everything else that is alive on our planet. But this is not good for development. And in all textbooks on economics, if we see any natural resources, all natural resources are shown exactly as resources, like timber in tons or some oil in barrels. But you must understand that these resources are going to have an effect on the whole planet. So now we have so many materials which are easy to install and they are rather cheap. You see them here, but you need to understand that sometimes the planet suffers when we use cheap materials. 15% of all the construction materials do not comply with any regulations. Even the latest kind of materials brought to the construction site will be used only to the amount of 85%. 15% will be simply thrown away, and construction industry creates landfills, and we are producing low quality materials which are harmful for health, which are harmful for the whole planet. And this is the never-ending cycle. We are doing it again and again, and somehow we cannot jump off it. And what is the solution that we are proposing? We propose to build houses using isolation materials with negative carbon imprint, and I'm going to tell you what it is about. This is our hemp farm. This is how hemp is being produced, technical hemp. This is agricultural culture, a crop which is grown like sunflower. Then it is harvested in the fields, and then it is harvested from the fields and being taken to the facility, and this is how it is being processed, decorticated. This stem is being processed to get two things from it. One is the fiber, which can be used to produce bioplastics, clothes, paper. It is porous, and the inner part of the stem is very much like timber, and it is very porous too. And so we're using it as isolation material. And we have designed, we have used a construction lime to produce binder, and this is our fifth element. So our mixture includes the herds, hemp herds, the fifth element, as we call it, the binder, and water. And the three elements are put together at the construction site, and this can be used, this material can be used to build anything. external walls, internal walls, the roof. So whatever you need in a house can be built of it. So how this mixture, this isolation material works, hempcrete we call it. We make formwork, and then we fill it with hempcrete, and we can remove the formwork 1 minute after we finish pressing the hempcrete into it. And our hempcrete starts solidifying at once by absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere. When lime is mixed with water, it starts absorbing CO2 and it turns into limestone. This is how it looks. So we press it together very quickly and we get the material which is instant setting, and it keeps its shape very nicely, and we can use it to isolate any surface. We can select the necessary depth of the insulation material depending upon the climate, and we can isolate the whole building using this material, and it is a biodegradable material. We are using only Ukrainian produced raw materials. We can plaster this material on both sides, and if this material is used inside, then once again, it is biodegradable, it is absolutely ecological, and it looks really cool because 1 hectare of technical hemp can absorb during 4 months of growth up to 15 tons of CO2. So when we produce something of hemp, we are doing a very good job because hemp is absorbing CO2 very nicely, so they reduce the carbon print of building industry very efficiently, and so we are actually absorbing more CO2 than we used to produce, and we can use hempcrete to substitute OSBs and all the stuff. So what hempcrete is absolutely natural. It is non-toxic. It is, and we have built already more than, or isolated more than 80 buildings in many countries of the world, in Ukraine, in the USA, in France, and they look really cool. No one can say that these are the houses built of technical hemp. We also have a few variants of plasters on the basis of technical hemp, and it is really cool. The major thing here is energy efficiency. So here we have in situ kind of material which has no freezing thermal bridges, and we can shape it the way we like it. We can work with any kind of shape, and now I'm going to show you this building. The owners wanted to build another house next to Kiev, over 100 square meters, and people were not living there, and the thermal they had to pay only 400 hryvnias, imagine, during 1 month. And so this big house is much more energy efficient than a small house, which will give you a huge bill. Of course, also we can regulate moisture. And this is a really cool indicator because the moisture. I have a question here. We have a chromata that is being that is designing now.
Друзі, я пропоную писати питання.
Нема питань. Тобто ми це побудували.
Excuse me, please. I understood it was a question, but please write it in the Q&As. And our speaker says that I will be very brief. I understand I need to finish. So this hempcrete is not afraid of moisture. It is fire resistant. We had a lot of testing done, and we could see that during all these years that it is really working. And at present, I would like to show you a yoga studio. We became the first company in the world to build such houses, custom situ, I mean, of hempcrete. So, and it is a source of inspiration for all architects. You can shape your project the way you like. And this is the house that was built by the owners. We simply trained them and they did their house, they built their house themselves. We provide quite a lot of trainings. And on the 24th of May, we're going to have a webinar. You're all invited. We're going to present the technology. We're going to show how we are planning our development, what to do. So this material turns into stone, into limestone, with some timber sawdust inside. So it is extremely durable. And this is a project I would like to mention specifically. This is the largest building in Ukraine of hempcrete, and it is built for IDPs. It is next to Morshin in Western Ukraine, and it is going to be 1,800 square meters. And so this will be a complex housing 30 families. And these are the pictures from last September. We got investment for this. And the next section is going to be, the next building we're going to build is a community center for veterans. So we are working a lot with hemp. We can see a lot of advantages. We were even making trainings for children in one of the private schools in Kiev. So one of the advantages of this material is relative humidity, which is very comfortable, from 50 to 60%, which is the constant indicator. And it is the most comfortable thing for a person. And this is a cost-free moisture regulator for you. You can see the green line as the relative humidity in the street outside, while the blue line shows you the relative humidity inside. So the same goes for temperature. You can see the red line showing outside temperature, the orange line showing the inside temperature. You can see that the difference makes 2-3 degrees, and it helps energy efficiency a lot. Why? Because this hemp, if you look at it under the microscope, it is a very porous material, and we have micro and macro pores, and so we have houses which are built only of natural materials and building the walls of hempcrete. And you can also see that it is frost resistant. We can keep it like that through the whole winter. Also, it is very economical. It is fire resistant. and it has very good sound absorbing qualities. So, and here you can see a hempcrete house on wheels, and this was the first hempcrete house in the history on wheels in the history of humankind. And it is cool that the pH factor is 12.4. That is, we prevent mold naturally. So the environment created by this material is alkaline, and so there will be no mold in your house ever. And also, if we compare it with polystyrol, with mineral cotton, it is much more beneficial in terms of environmental benefits. And also we've got quite a lot of prizes, won quite a lot of grants. Yeah, everywhere across the world. We are moving all over the place. And the American Association of Hempcrete Builders also believe that they are going to adopt special legislation in the US, and they are going to legalize building hempcrete houses. And if you are interested, please follow us. These are my contacts, and I will also post the link to our next week's webinar. We will be very happy to see you there. Thank you so very much.